Hello and welcome back to the Adrian Smith Project. Hello. Many thanks for choosing to click on my thumbnail and to watch my content. Very much appreciated as always. Okay, so as you can see from said thumbnail, we're going to be having a look inside the pages of issue number 3 of Fistful of Metal. It's the newest heavy metal magazine. If you like me, if you're my age and you love all the new wave of British heavy metal style bands, thrash, black metal, power metal, symphonic metal, everything like that, this is a magazine for you. I say this is issue number 3. Have they managed to keep up the same quality of content in this issue as they have in the first and second editions? Well, we're now going to go and have a look. Okay, just before we start, we have had some breaking news from the Fistful of Metal Facebook page. Apparently, Dave Ellefson has been sacked from Megadeth. Bassist Dave Ellefson has been with the band from day one. Has been sacked. It was a statement put out by Dave Mustaine. Apparently, it's all gotten a little out of hand there, and differences can't be made up. So he's been asked to leave. Apparently it was a hard decision, which I could fully understand. Like I say, he's been with the band from day one. But a bit of shock news there. So Dave Ellefson is now no longer with Megadeth. However, Megadeth will still be touring and releasing new music, but with a different bass player. So there we go, a bit of breaking news. Okay, so right, issue 3, Fistful of Metal. So we've got Halloween on the front of this one. More like a bit of Halloween, don't we? On the back, it's an advert for their new album, which I'll probably be checking out. All the usual, tells you who's in this issue, so let's get on with it. Opening the first page, we're on about the 40th anniversary of No Sleep Till Hammersmith. I'm on that album. I was in the crowd at one of the gigs it was recorded at. Myself, will I be getting this? No, I won't be buying it because it's just re-releasing stuff that's been out before. It's, you know, it's rehashing old material, and I'm sure, you know, knowing how Lemmy was with how the music was issued, I think he'd be disgruntled about this. You know, it's breaking over, you know, old territory, making money. You know, the band are no more, and they're still making money out of them. So I don't know. I think he'd be a bit sniffy. It's an album he didn't want releasing in the first place. But there we go. By the by. Okay, so we've got adverts, new artillery album. Don't forget, I am reading this upside down, so font like that, I've got not a cat in hell's chance of reading it right way around, but upside down. A new advert for the new Lacuna Coil Dvd, which I wouldn't mind having. A note from editor James, who again, I think because of the pandemic and we're still locked down and social distancing and everything, it must be making his job an absolute nightmare. So there we go. So we've got the regular features, advert for vinyl releases, features there, some lovely pictures, another advert for more album releases, and the first story we've got is from At the Gates. I don't know a lot about At the Gates. I'll have to hold my hands up there. It's not one of the bands I've really followed or took much notice of, but what I've seen I've liked. But for you fans of At the Gates out there, that's a new interview from them. This one we have got all the latest news, some letters from readers, advert for the new At the Gates album. More news here, some great news there for this bit. Exodus recorded a new album and it's coming out soon. That is the follow-up to Blood In, Blood Out album, which was absolutely awesome, and me and Claire went and saw them on that tour. We went to see them at Rescue Rooms in Nottingham and they were absolutely awesome. Okay, more adverts for new releases, songs that they've been playing in the office while they've been making this this edition. News, we've got an interview about Hellbent for Leather, which is specifically made for people who are gay and love metal. It doesn't seem to be something that's covered much, but they are there, and there's an organisation here that's standing up for them, which is all nice and good. More new releases, and the first new band up we got is Crescent. So there we go. I think Crescent. Sorry, it's Crescent, isn't it? I am reading it upside down, so you have to excuse me for that. So that's a new band to look out for. Advert here for Halloween and Hammerfall playing at the O2 Academy in Brixton. What about the rest of the country? You know, it's a bit of a slog to get into London. Just getting into London is a feat in itself, but you know, there's a lot of people that would love to see that can't get all the way down to London. It makes an expensive trip if you're going to stay overnight as well. Next new band is Body Void, Gajira's new release there. Sinestro, which is another newish band. You may know these already, but there's people like me that don't know, are new to them, and this is how we discover new bands. Another live Motorhead album there, another one. Do we need yet another live Motorhead album? I don't know. Motorhead are my favourite band. I'm not slagging Motorhead off in any way. It's just, is this another cash grab by yet another company that's got the rights to their live material? That's just how it feels to me. Advert for Fistful of Metal t-shirt if you want one. Right, we've got another couple of new bands here, The Limit and Acolyte. And then we've got an interview with Crystal Viper. They're the power metal band from Poland. I haven't got any of their albums or anything, but I've seen a few of the videos on YouTube and they are excellent. Absolute cracking pair of pipes. The singer has got on her, whose name just escapes me at the minute. Marta Gabrielle, that's it. Sorry, love. I'm old. Names do not stick in my head for some reason. So, but no, great band. Well worth checking out. Evil, they're another great band. Next one up, and we've got Trouble. It's a nice 3 or 4 page spread on Trouble. Absolutely cracking band there. There we go. And we've got a band here called Mork. They're new to me, but look like the kind of band that I'd like. Next one up, Adrian Smith. It's on about his solo effort he's gone and done with Richie Kurtzson. He's talking about his book as well. I wanted to have his book, but the book was, I think it was about £17. The paperback version comes out today, I think it is, and that is a tenner, so I'll be picking up the paperback version. Well worth a look and read that, even if you don't like fishing, because it's all about his life in Iron Maiden and his passion for fishing. But if you don't like fishing, just forget about that. It's going to be absolutely cracking read. Right, and then we get onto the main feature, all about Halloween. I'll say one of the originators of power metal, Halloween. Absolutely love Halloween. even though I don't own any. I've got a couple of tracks on compilation albums, but I haven't bought any of their albums, so naughty me. Okay, we've got a feature here on Bongzilla, so it's a new one on me as well. You might know them, I don't. Next up, Artillery. These were around at the time of the new wave of British heavy metal. They are, in fact, are the Danish, aren't they, or something? They aren't British, but they were around at that time. I think they got lumped in to that scene, which we don't mind because I thought Artillery were brilliant. I actually love them. Next one up is Sanguisarvog or something. To check them out, see what they're like. Never heard of them, so who knows. Right, another one of my favourite bands, one of my favourite new wave of British heavy metal bands, Tarzapantang. Absolutely awesome band. Love Tarzapantang in all their incarnations, whichever it is. I think they're great. Crazy Nights, my favourite Tarzapantang album. A lot of people derided it. I didn't. I thought it was fantastic. I love that album. Next one up, we have got Bloodbound. It's another like power metal band I'm going to have to check out. Then we've got Dark Throne. Heard of them, but don't ask me to name a song because I'll be struggling. So there's Dark Throne. It's a nice long interview with them. Then we have got Burning Witches. Now I had heard of Burning Witches. I saw a few of their videos on YouTube. I thought they were fantastic, and I've read that. And then I went out and bought their first 3 albums. Well, it's second, third, and fourth album. I've got Burning Witches, Dance with the Devil, and Hex and Hammer. Got them all off at Amazon for £25, the lot, and they are absolutely awesome. I'm really looking forward to the new album coming out. So there we go, absolutely awesome band. Next here we've got an interview with Brian Slagle, who had the Metal Blade Records label. He started that label up. A lot of the thrash bands on here, the one they've got to look in if it hadn't been for Brian Slagle and Metal Blade Records. We've got a review of No Sleep Till Hammersmith. Any Motorhead fan will have that anyway. Great live album, and I'm on it. I'm on side A. So we come into the new releases. We've got new releases from Cannibal Corpse, Agent Steel, Artillery, Beast. Lots and lots of new releases being shown here. I say Burning Witches, Witch of the North. So I think that might be my next purchase when it comes out in the next couple of weeks. Loads and loads of new releases. And Forced, you've got choice cuts from other releases there as well. So there's quite a few pages of new releases. Then we've got some re-releases. Well, they are re-releases if you've had them the first time around. But somebody like me, it'd be a new release. But as I say, we've got a re-release of a couple of live Dio album, the Tarzapantang there, Death SS, Sacred Reich. They were a massively overlooked thrash band of the 80s. I think if you had to pick the most overlooked thrash band of the 1980s, because you got the big four, then you got the ones that weren't quite the big four, and Sacred Reich. I think they were hideously overlooked. I thought they were a great band. On here we've got news about new films, Hailstorm Live as DVD, and a new Candlemas. We've got a couple of books there as well. Here you get to subscribe to Fistful of Metal magazine, and if you subscribe then you can pick one of these albums for free. Next one up, we've got Blast from the Past here. We've got live review of Tankard and Death Row that was at London Fulham Greyhound on the 4th of April 1989. Were you there? I wasn't. I bet it was a great gig, that. And then we've got tour dates. Now these are looking more likely to happen than they would have been in the last issue of this, starting to get good news, shall I say, coming out of Downing Street here in the UK, but you take it with a pinch of salt, because they're absolute bitches for doing U-turns. But at the minute, everything looks like we're back on course to getting back into the concert halls again and seeing proper gigs. So we've got some tour dates there. We've got adverts for other publications that these people do. And then at the back, we've got a little interview with Frost, black metal legend there, and a few more adverts for CDs. So that is what you're getting in the pages of issue number 3, Fistful of Metal. I have read some of it, I've not read it all. I do like to pick it up every now and again. I'm not one of these that likes to sit there, read it cover to cover all in one go. You know, I do like something to pick up and read, and that's how I do it that way. I usually get through it all by the time the next issue comes out. So, have they continued with the good work that they started in issue 1 and 2? I think they have. I think they've done a brilliant job. Again, it's in difficult circumstances because of all the pandemic crap and not being able to go out and this, that and other. But bands are still working hard, they're still recording best they can, releasing new CDs. But again, I think Fistful of Metal have done a great job. It's full of bands that will interest me, unlike Kerrang, which I had a look at in my W.H. Smith before I bought this, and I used to have Kerrang from the very beginning. I bought the very first Kerrang, which was Sounds Music Paper Special, and I stuck with it all the way through the 80s and into the early 90s, and that's when I started losing interest in it, because the new writers were coming in. They had no pedigree with the bands that I grew up with. They weren't interested in the bands that I come up with. They were all interested in the grunge scene and all that. And when they started to deride and mock hair metal bands, even Pantera, there was a picture they put up of Pantera when they were first starting, and they'd gone for that hair metal, heavy metal look. And there was more or less saying, oh, look at these twats. And that's when I said, you know what, Kerrang, fuck off, you're not getting another penny of my money. And really, I don't see much difference in it right now. So for me, Fistful of Metal is my magazine of choice now. And like I say, they've carried on from how they went in issues 1 and 2. So I think I'm going to give Fistful of Metal, issue number 3, my full 5 Evil Ednas. And that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to my channel. It'd be very much appreciated. And also, don't forget to ring that little notification bell.